here. All right, just making sure, doing a mic check real quick, making sure that you guys can hear me. Okay, perfect. All right, good. I'm getting the green light that you guys can hear me. Welcome on to Bold Money Challenge, day 4. So glad that you guys are here. All right, let's go ahead and open up and let's make sure that we're ready to rock and roll. Give me just a second so I can set everything up for you all. All right, perfect. Looks like we have the green light that everyone can hear and that we're ready to go. All right, so just for everyone to know, we have 2 screens that I want to make sure that you are running. So you have a livewithallison.com link, and in that link you either have a private link or you may just be tuning in to livewithallison.com directly. Either way, when you go to livewithallison.com, that's the link that I want for you to stream today's presentation so that you can follow. Then there's a link that I want you to go to at www.moneymovementlive.com. That's going to route you to a private, to an exclusive Facebook community. And I want you in that community because every 3 minutes minimum, we're posting, we're sharing, we're exchanging. This is very different. This is not a webinar where you sit back, I give you some 3 key points and kind of basically read a PowerPoint to you. This is highly engaging, highly interactive, very necessary, I believe, in this industry for us to have more than a talking head. My experience is I really want you to experience a revival within yourself, a revival within your thinking and excitement around what's possible for you as an entrepreneur, as a leader in your life, as a leader in your business. And so I want you fully engaged with me, having an extraordinary time. So go ahead and have either your phone, your tablet, your computer, but have multiple devices running so that you can see what's going on the screen, and you can also engage with us at www.moneymovementlive.com. For those of you that haven't joined our exclusive Facebook community, all you have to do is be a Facebook user, and then you just click join, and our team will gladly let you in. Not a worry, there are almost 6,000 leaders from across the globe: Canada, Mexico, Greece, Japan, Germany, Africa, North America. We are rocking and rolling from a global perspective, and we definitely want you a part of the movement around money. We believe that if you do good, you should live well. And when you live well, you have a responsibility to do good. What I know for sure in life is that we can attract wonderful things in our lives when we open ourselves up to limitless possibility, when we take the parameter and the boxes away from what success could be, should be, based on what we've learned in our past or based on what we've understood up until now. What if we just simply said to ourselves, I'm open to something limitless and beautiful and unique that is just for me? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what would occur for you, what would move through and in your life if you were simply open to attracting things to you that brought limitless possibility without any cap. And even things, if you began to say things like, I invite miracles I don't even understand. I invite miracles that blow my mind. Miracles rise daily to meet me. I'm unapologetic in my success. I'm thriving and seeking greatness with every move, every decision that I make. That is my commitment in my life. I wonder what would begin to occur for you, what you may even begin to see that you have not seen before. So I want you to think about that. I want you to breathe that in. You know, for those of you that are just jumping on, this is Allyson Byrd, your Profit Accelerator. We're on day 4, and my voice is a little weak today, not because I've been teaching so much, but because it's high allergy season in Texas, and so allergies go in our eyes, our nose, our throats, all that stuff. So, you guys, I'm determined to get this message out to you, and my message will not be deterred by a little bit of a weak voice. So, I've got a little hot cup of drink right next to me, and we're gonna make it through this session, and I'm gonna give you everything that I have, because I believe that in this season I am giving some of the greatest times and the best times of my life to you, because I believe it's my assignment, and I believe that together we can create amazing things in the world, because we believe it, because we see it, because we step into it, and because we are moving from surviving and we're moving into thriving. I want you to post your like page in the Money Mover community right now. Go ahead and post, I'm a hashtag Money Mover. Insert your like page and use the hashtags Break the Internet, hashtag Bold Money 16. One of the reasons that I'd love for us to post on a consistent basis is we have almost 6,000 users inside of our Money Mover community. I love to wake them up, get them excited, let them know that we've got something going on in case they're not a part of the challenge. I also like to get you engaged in breaking the internet around doing something good. I think that the internet goes wild when someone ascends into heaven. I think that the internet goes wild when something negative happens at a basketball game. I think that the internet goes wild over a bunch of different things, but where do I see the internet go wild over something so meaningful and so good and so beautiful in the world? I don't see it as consistently as I would love. And so my commitment is to break the internet around doing good, doing meaningful work, meaningful contribution, and entrepreneurs who are committed to bold money that will make a difference in the world. Are you guys excited about that? I think that if you take time when the session is over, and you go find 5 people's pages that you can like, and you can make 5 different connections. What I've said over the last few days is that as you get through day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, by the time you get to day 5, you can have 25 powerful connections, because you can reach out to them. Hey, I saw you inside of the Money Mover community. This is what I do. What do you do? How can we connect? Maybe we can have a little coffee over Skype. It's not the moment for you to sell anything. It's the moment for you to build relationship. Remember, relationship is your greatest currency. Relationship is your greatest currency. It's bigger than any credit card. It's bigger than any check. It's bigger than any bank wire. It's bigger than any stock or bond. It's bigger than any portfolio. Relationship is your greatest currency in this life. All right, go ahead and post in the group right now. Today, I'm playing full out. I want you to know that I'm coming with my A game. I want you to come with your A game. I want you to come with your heart open. I want you to come with your mind open. I want you to come with excitement and exhilaration and thrill for what we're going to learn and share and co-create today. But I need co-creators. If I have to do this thing by myself, there are thousands of you that are participating in this challenge. If I have to do this thing by myself, do you know how much weight and burden and responsibility that is for me? But if I know that I have a committed group of leaders who say, we're in this thing with you, Allyson, we're a part of the Bold Money Challenge with you. We're energetically with you. We're excited. We're doing the challenges. We're rocking. We're rolling. We're putting on our roller skates inside of our destiny, and we're going for what we know. Well, listen, we're going to have a phenomenal time together. Yes or yes? I think the answer is yes. All right. Next, I believe that we refuse to grow alone, and that when we step into refusing to grow alone, we step into the opportunity to really allow others to start to expand alongside us. I think most of us try to supersize relationships like we supersize French fries at McDonald's. We drive through and we say, excuse me, can you supersize my husband, please? I want him to be more attentive. I want him to take the trash out. I want him to pay bills on time. I want him to take me on romantic dinners. And we think that that's the way we make things happen. We try to supersize our children. We try to supersize our wives. Excuse me, just like we do McDonald's. You know, I'd like for my wife to wear sexier clothes. I'd like for my wife to miraculously get dinner on the table, make love to me every night, take care of our children, never be tired, always look beautiful, and wake up in the morning with the freshest of breath. Like, we try to drive through and supersize everything in our life. And the reality is that growing requires seed and plant and time, seed and plant and time, seed and plant and time, right? So we can't just drive through and say, excuse me, universe, I want my kids to behave and be obedient. I want them to, you know, make straight A's. I want them to go from, you know, graduating high school to going into undergrad, and then undergrad into graduate, and then going to get their doctorate. Oh, and by the way, I'd also like to make sure that their tuition is completely paid for because they maintain a 4.0 the entire time. Oh, and by the way, like, we think that we can just shout out, this is what I want, or we can even tell the people in life, listen, this is what you need to do. And we think that one conversation is going to supersize that relationship. And the reality is, people must choose to grow on their own. But what we can do is we can bring to the table an opportunity for their growth. And so what I'm asking you right now is, can you bring opportunity for growth to someone's life by sharing this on Twitter? Can you share, I'm mastering my bold money, join me now, and then just use the www.livewithallyson.com. So I'm mastering my bold money, join me now, and then just use the URL livewithallyson.com. And we do that because we can invite people to grow with us. We can invite people to step into possibility with us. We can invite them, but it's up to them to choose on whether or not that's going to be a reality for them, and whether or not that's a reality that they even desire. Now I want you to post in the group, I refuse to do it alone. I need you with me. This is a proclamation to everyone in the group. This is a proclamation to the people in your life. This is a proclamation to your business partner. This is a proclamation to whomever you need that proclamation to be to. But once you go and post on Twitter, because we're going to cross over platforms, so we're posting and sharing in the chat group on Facebook, then we're going to cross platforms, go on Twitter, we're going to share there, and then now we're going to come back into our Facebook community and we're going to post, I refuse to do it alone, I need you with me. Come on, guys, you got it, you can make it happen. This is why I said, have a tablet, have a computer, have a phone, have at least 2 devices open so that you can rock and roll and you can have a good time with us. There are hundreds of you that are live with us right now, and then there are thousands that will participate in this via replay. So I'm only seeing a small percentage of you that are posting right now. Get engaged. Remember that repetition is the mother and father of all learning. And so the more you learn and do something, the more it will get in the DNA and the fabric and the fiber of who you be. And you want good things getting in the DNA and the fabric and fiber of who you be. It's one of the reasons why I limit how much reality television I watch. I mean, if you think about, if you're watching Real Housewives of X, Love and Hip Hop of X, if you're watching Little People of X, this of this, that of that, and you're constantly having seeded into you arguments, smallness, gossiping, I mean, can you think of what's really getting into the DNA of who you are? You may think, Allyson, that's just entertainment, but it's entertainment that's saturating your brain. And so I'm not here to convince you to stop watching reality TV or stop watching things that are negative on an influence to you. What I'm saying is, what you hear the most and what you see the most get into who you be. And, you know, it's just something that I want you to think about. It's why we are doing a 5-day challenge, because over 5 days, I can make sure that I'm saying, listen, let's get serious about this bold money. Let's refuse to do it alone. Let's grow. Let's, right? Over 5 days, I'm saying that. And so that's getting into you. And so when that gets into you, you start all of a sudden having an attitude that says, you start all of a sudden having an attitude that says, wait a minute, I deserve I deserve something extraordinary. And you start having an attitude that says, you know what? I'm not going to demand that you grow. I'm just going to invite you to, and I'm going to focus on me. And I'm going to see if a shift in my being actually allows me to perceive you in a different light. And maybe it wasn't you all along. Maybe it was how I needed to be that opened up something beautiful and greater for this relationship. I don't know. All right, guys, let's share again. Let's share on one more platform. This time I want you to share on your own Facebook page. So you've been sharing on Twitter. You've been sharing in our Facebook group. Now I want you to back out, go to your Facebook page, and I want you to post, I'm mastering my bold money. Feel free to tag me in it. I'm mastering my bold money. And I want you to invite people to join you. Say, come on, join me at www.livewithallison.com. Those of you that do tag me, I am going to go through, and I kind of feel that little Oprah spirit. Many of you know when I'm on live, I love to do giveaways. So I'm feeling that you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. I'm not giving cars away, but I'll give something away. I'll give one of my favorite things away. So if you tag me in the post and you're posting that on your page, not in a tag inside the group, but you post that in the page, then you may be one of the winner chicken dinners of something that I decide to give away. Never know what that may be. All right, let's go ahead and do our first affirmation of success today. So the first affirmation that I want you to post inside the group is, I am filled with success, hashtag bold money 16. I am filled with success, hashtag bold money 16. This is hilarious how small this is on the screen. I used one Mac to create the presentation. I'm using another Mac to the presentation, and I guess when it transferred over, it did something super sexy with my font, i.e. made it super lean. So we're gonna have super tiny, skinny affirmations today. Not a worry, you can still see it, right? I am filled with success, hashtag bold money 16. All right, great. Your next affirmation. There we go. That's a little bit bigger. Money comes easily, frequently, and abundantly. Hashtag bold money 16. Can you imagine 5 days of money comes to me easily? I'm filled with success. I'm amazing. I'm going after my bold money. I'm living the life of my dream. What your life would be like compared to, I'm arguing, I'm mad. Why are you doing this? You know, oh my God, guys, I just want you to get what happens when you have the greatest of expectation for goodness to flow in your life in every aspect of it. Next one, I spend money with joyful ease. I had a friend yesterday who told me, he was talking about spending money, and he said, you know, I always get cash out when I go out of town, and he said, you know, and then I end up overspending by pulling out my card, and then I kind of beat myself up about it. And I thought about this affirmation that I spend money with joyful ease. Like, what if you just give yourself grace around how you spend money, and maybe, just maybe, there won't be so much resistance that shows up around spending money, and maybe there's a flow that will occur for money around that, just because you start to have a different dialogue with yourself about how you spend money, how you relate to money, how you attract money, maybe. Next one, I am the creator of my success, hashtag bold money 16. I am the creator of my success. You are responsible for the success that you have in your life. You're responsible for how it flows. You're responsible for how it stays. You're responsible for how it grows. You're responsible if it's absent. You are the creator for your success. Next one, I allow money to flow freely to and from me. Hashtag bold money 16. I allow money to flow freely to and from me. Hashtag bold money 16. Listen, guys, if you haven't shared this on your Facebook, if you haven't shared this on your Twitter, I really want to invite you guys, let's be generous with this message. Let's not grow alone, not because I just want 1 million folks on this session, which I do, but because your community needs to know the things that you're learning. They need to know in this moment. They need to grow with you. They're looking and seeking for some of the same resources that you are. And so let's be kind, and let's be responsible, and let's be generous, and let's invite people to master their bold money with us at www.livewithallison.com. You never know, if someone clicks on that on Twitter, if someone clicks on that on Facebook, what difference that will make for them. Next one, I remove any mental obstacles to my wealth. I remove any mental obstacles to my wealth. Hashtag bold money 16. This is big for your success, because sometimes what occurs for us as we step into new echelons of awareness and new echelons of greatness, what occurs for us is we don't realize there's another obstacle that's there for us. I hear a lot of people say another level, another devil. And what I believe in that is that there's nothing external that's fighting us as we ascend to new levels. I believe that there is an inner me that shows up that says, I don't understand that. I've never been here before. I don't know how to dance with that wealth. I don't know how to dance with that understanding. And so there are things that you have to unlearn and then be remembered or reconciled to that you knew before you even hit this world. So you have to remove any mental obstacles to your wealth. There's nothing external that's fighting you so that you don't have wealth. Many times it's because we don't understand, we don't know, we don't have the pathway, and we don't have the roadmap or blueprint. And so when we don't have a roadmap or blueprint, we stop because we start asking ourselves, do I have enough gas? Is it the right car? Can I make it? Did I put snacks in? And we start making all these stops on our pathway to destiny. We were on our way to Dallas for a meeting, and we were going to drive to Dallas, have the meeting, and then fly to Detroit. And so I came from San Antonio. I stopped in Austin. I picked up Antonio, so Antonio Harper, who's one of the directors in our company, could drive up to Dallas. And on the way there, I get to him and I say, I forgot my sunglasses. And he says, okay, where do you want to stop? I said, well, there's an outlet. Let's go to the outlet. He says, well, there's a Target right here. Why don't we go to Target? I said, I don't want sunglasses from Target. I said, I forgot my sunglasses, and I really like designer sunglasses because I like the way they feel on my face. He said, let's just go to Target and grab some because it's just faster. And I said, no, they're going to give me a headache. I don't like it. I like the weight of a designer shade. I like the comfort. I want designer sunglasses. Let's just go over here to the outlet. So reluctantly, Antonio drives me over to the outlet. I get out, I go into the sunglass hut so that I can pick something up that's economical, but exactly like what I like, you know? So I walk into Sunglass Hut, I get what I want, I get back in the car, and then he says, great, now we're on the way to Dallas. I said, well, wait a minute, I need to make sure that we have some snacks. I don't have any bottled water, I don't have this. He said, okay. So we stop and we get the snacks. And then we're driving, and then I say, oh my God. I said, you know what? I got snacks, but I really didn't eat. I'm hungry, and I need to eat a little something, and I need to use the restroom. I really am that kind of road traveler, guys. It's why I don't travel on the road very much, because I got to just get on a plane. If I just get on a plane, I'm fine. But Antonio looks at me, and Liz is with us, and we are rolling in the car because Antonio's so irritated with me. And he says, it takes us 4 hours to get to Dallas, Allison. 3 hours an hour from San Antonio to me, 3 hours. He said, we're already 3 hours in and we haven't left Austin. He's like, what are you doing? He said, I am not taking 8 hours to get to Dallas. We laughed so hard, but listen, I wanted all these little accoutrements all the way through because I wanted my level of comfort. And here's the thing that I want you to understand when you're in pursuit of destiny and when you're on your pathway and your journey for your purpose is conviction must override comfort. And Antonio said, if we're going to make our destination by the time that we need to, We've got a flight at 4 o'clock. We've got a lunch meeting at noon. If we're going to make it on time, you're going to have to give something up. You didn't want to give up designer shades. You didn't want to give up a snack. I know you can't give up going to the restroom. So you're going to have to give up, you know, you're going to have to give something up. So I said, of course, me being the queen of negotiation, I said, why don't I go to the restroom in a restaurant? Like, why don't I do that? And then we can order and and it was just one of the funniest things. But at that time, I remember thinking to myself, he's saying you've either got to be convicted about the time that you've committed, and no, none of us can miss. We can't have 3 people missing flights. We've got to be committed. And so commitment and conviction must override convenience. And many of you inside of your destiny get slowed down because you're trying to make it such a convenient journey. I want to do the journey only if I have enough money, only if there's no sacrifice. I want to do the journey only if I can get endorsed by the best. I want to do the journey only if my book is absolutely perfect. I'm only going to put it out there if. And so you're doing all these stops along the way, and what would take you, like us, a 3-hour journey is now expanding to an 8-hour journey. And for many of you, what could have occurred for you in 1 year, you're now in year 3, or what could have occurred in 3 years, you're now in your 8. And what that starts to teach you is that success is long-winded and ever winding, and that's not really real. Success does have its ups and downs and its ebbs and flows, but success can have a direct path if you choose to be committed and be convicted to get from where you are to where you desire to be, over being inside of your convenience of what you know, being perfect. Uh-oh, I'm gonna step on some of those perfectionism toes. And over needing everyone to click like on every decision that you make. You got to show up with your own like button. You got to show up with your own retweet, and you got to be excited about what you're bringing to the world and not need anyone's permission or their endorsement. Next thing I want you to post: I trust my intuition to lead me to abundance. I trust my intuition to lead me to abundance. Hashtag bold money 16. Why am I asking you to post around your trust of your own intuition? Because you must trust your own voice bigger than mine. You must trust your own voice bigger than those that are influencers in your life. You must trust your own voice to lead you, your own intuition to lead you into abundance, and trust yourself. So many of you, as I listen to your challenges, you put so much weight on God. And what you don't understand is, I think one of the things that I want to invite you in is that God is flowing through you and living within you. And so you're saying, I'm waiting on God to tell me this. I'm waiting on God to tell you this. And I believe that the divine has already spoken when you've heard the first dialogue. I mean, when you heard the first dialogue, that was all the answer that you needed to hear. I'm just inviting you to think a little bit about what you're thinking about. Next one: my circumstances are changing and prosperity is flowing into my life. Hashtag bold money 16. My circumstances are changing and prosperity is flowing into my life. Own it, receive it, speak it, declare it, and then begin to live it. My circumstances are changing and prosperity is flowing into my life. Hashtag bold money 16. All right, good job, you guys. I'm starting to see more of you post. I still see fewer people posting than are on the viewership. So I can see all the viewers that are on YouTube. I can see all the viewers that are on livewithallison.com, and then I can see all the viewers that are on the private link of livewithallison.com, where you have a private /. So let me just say, hundreds of you are on, and we have roughly about 40 or so of you that are posting. Why are you not engaging? You know, what's up for you? Is it You're working, you're driving, you're what's going on. I can totally respect if you're working, you got this in your ear. If you're driving, I definitely don't want you to be unsafe. But if you're sitting there and not participating because it's not your thing, I really do invite you to try something different so that you can have a new result, because it really is all about maximum value being found inside of full participation. All right, next one. I prosper in health. I prosper in finances. I prosper in love. I prosper in peace. Hashtag bold money 16. I want you to remember that bold money and living unapologetically is about holistic success. And your prosperity in money and finances is a reflection of how you prosper in health, how you prosper in relationships, how you prosper in your relationship with spirit and to spirit, and how you live in a grounded space on a day over day, week over week, month over month reality. So I prosper in health, I prosper in finances, I prosper in love, I prosper in peace. Hashtag bold money 16. And then your final one, I'm a generous giver and an awesome receiver. Hashtag bold money 16. I'm a generous giver and an awesome receiver. Why? Because I want you to be just as realistic and just as excited about receiving as you do giving, and about giving as you do receiving. Just as excited about both. I'm a generous giver and an awesome receiver. Some of you are really, really, really great at giving. When people try to give to you, you go, no, 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 and you refuse. And then some of you are really, really, really great at receiving. And when people ask for generosity from you, they can't get a response. I want you to start creating harmony and delight in both. All right, one more time. Let's refuse to grow alone. Choose your platform. Let's go ahead and reshare on Twitter or on Facebook. You can choose, but I want you to invite people to master their bold money with you at livewithallison.com. Let's invite them one more time, because we are creating an epic movement that is global. And so I'm really thrilled when I see so many countries that have joined us. I'm really thrilled when I see so many states that have joined us across North America. I'm really thrilled when I see this message being translated in other languages. It makes me so excited, and I really hope that it makes you excited as well. And then finally, let's post one more time. I refuse to do it alone. I need you with me. Hashtag bold money 16. I refuse to do it alone. I need you with me. Hashtag bold money 16. We're sharing now on either Facebook or on Twitter. You're inviting people to join you in the Bold Money Challenge at livewithallison.com. All right, let's talk about this. Over the last couple of days, I've been talking about things that that can hold leaders back from creating success. And there's a really big one that I haven't talked about that I'm going to address today because of the challenge that we have that's going to be today. So our Bold Money Challenge today is going to stretch a lot of you, and I know you're going to be okay. What holds many leaders back are what I call cash killers that are enemies to profit acceleration. And so enemies to profit acceleration, I hereby deem them as cash killers. And cash killers appear as opportunities for something better, sexier, or urgent in the moment. And the reality is that cash killers are time wasters, dream suckers, and life snatchers. And let me just tell you, they appear really sexy, and they appear really necessary, and they appear really urgent. They appear really urgent. But the reality is, cash killers are often massive distractions for us. So I want you to post right now, universe, I am worthy of receiving more. Hashtag bold money 16. I'm setting you guys up for today's Bold Money Challenge. I want you to be prepared. I want you to be ready. So I'm setting you up. I'm helping you out So go ahead and post in the group right now, universe, I'm worthy of receiving more, hashtag boldmoney16. We're opening up the dialogue around unlimited income. And if it's really possible, how do we start shaping that conversation around, can I really have income that flows with, total abundance? Well, I love Dr. William Nouse, who teaches on how to overcome procrastination, because guess what, guys? I believe that the number one cash killer that we all experience is procrastination. Dun, dun, dun. I do. I believe it. I believe we procrastinate, we slow ourselves down, and we do just like I said I was doing with Antonio and Liz in the car. I need to get this, I need to get that. And everything seems urgent, but distractions actually give us permission to be slowed down. And so Dr. William Nouse has this way of teaching that he says, this is how you can overcome procrastination. And so I'm going to teach you these 6 steps right now, because statistics show us that basically everyone in the world has an issue with procrastination. How we live out that issue is uniquely different. So how we overcome it is through what we call the PER plan. Number 1, we have to pause and we have to stop. When we find ourselves not doing what we need to do, honoring our timelines, renegotiating again and again and again to get things done, we have to pause, we have to stop, and we have to start looking at the resources that we have that support us to resist the old pattern. Now, this is why I invite you to conferences like my Unconference in July, because at Unconference, we not only give you, 2.5 days of extraordinary resources that help you resist old patterns, but we also give you your pre-weeks of coaching and training with us through Unconference U, which is our Unconference University. For those of you that are enrolling as Super VIP, it's one of the bonuses that you receive. So we set you up to start resisting those old patterns. I was talking to my sister friend. She used to be my client, and then she became a partner, and now we talk almost every single day. I was talking to April Franks Hunt yesterday of Coach Speak and Serve. If you don't follow April, she's a rock star. And so I was leaving the gym, going to Starbucks, getting me some green tea, and we were talking, and she said, "How are you?" And I said, as I near the anniversary of my mother's ascension into non-physical form, my mother ascended June 19th of 2015. And I said, this morning I woke up, and I was telling her my private prayers yesterday morning when I woke up at about 3 a.m. And I said to Spirit, I feel worry courting me. I feel worry asking me out on dates. Like, I feel myself being connected to worry. And she said, really? And I said, yeah. And I said to God, listen, I feel worry courting me, and I'm not excited about a relationship with worry, but I feel like worry keeps calling me, texting me. I feel like worry is, found my 1999 pager and is like paging me 911. I said, and I feel some old patterns starting to show up, and I'm looking for compensating strategies that can support me to not only resist it, but to inoculate its existence out of my life. And she said, I understand. She said, I completely understand. I said, I said to Spirit, I'm releasing this to you. I'm not interested in being in a relationship with worry. I'm not interested in being courted. I'm not interested in being in a love affair. And what happens for many of us is we aren't even so self-aware that we know we're being courted by something. How many of you have been lulled into a relationship by a man, a woman, and you're like, I know this relationship isn't right. I know it's not right, but for whatever reason, I'm still going into the relationship. And that's how Emotions call on us. That's how worry and strife and lack and deprivation and smallness and suffering and anger and resentment and bitterness, that's how they start calling on us. And they start courting us and asking us, and we start listening just a little bit more, hanging out a little bit longer, and we start lingering with the wrong dialogue. And guess what starts to happen? We start to wonder why our realities don't shift. When you're looking at how do you start to overcome and create something extraordinary for your life, you must have resources to resist old patterns, and then you must take time to reflect and think about what's happening. If we don't look at the first 3 steps: pause, apply resources, take time to reflect and think. How many of us are moving too fast? And so we're going. We wake up, we brush our teeth, we get our cup of coffee, we go grab some food, we grab our oatmeal at Starbucks or McDonald's or wherever, we go into the office, we do our thing, we work all day, we're on the phone, we go get the kids, we go out, we meet folks for happy hour, we go, we go to church, we go do community work, we go exercise, we go, like, everything is a to-do list. My personal assistant said to me she sent me a text, and I said, how was graduation? Her daughter graduated, and she goes, it was great. Now that that's off my list, I'm ready for next. I said, how can your youngest child's graduation be on your list? Your list. So look at what this invitation is from Dr. Niles. It is, we must pause. He's asking us to pause twice. Twice? How can I pause twice in a world of Red Bull? How can I pause twice in a world of energetic green tea? How can I pause twice in a world of double and triple shots of espresso? How can I pause twice in a world of Coke and Diet Coke and caffeinated living? How can I pause, Dr. Niles? Well, he's saying, if you're going to create any change and you're going to overcome, you better find a way for you to pause. There's a quote that says, the hurrier I go, the behinder I get. Then Dr. Niles says, next, you must have a reason. You must have a reason for wanting to be different, and you've got to think through that reason. You must have a reason for wanting to be different, and you've got to think through the reason. And then respond to put yourself through the paces of what you must do next, and revise to make adjustments based on, is it working or is it not working? How many of us just do life and just do our sequence of actions without even looking at, does this actually work for me? Does it work for me? I said to my trainer yesterday, we were working out, and he was having me do reverse lunges, and I do not like lunges of any kind. I don't like them forward. I don't like them reverse. I don't like them stationary. I don't like jumping lunges. I don't like scissor lunges. I do not like lunges. And I said, why do I hate them so much? He said, it doesn't matter. He said, it doesn't matter that you hate it. What matters is the benefit. I said, can't I get the result another way? He said, you keep trying to be comfortable to get the results that you want. He said, but what you tell me you want, Allyson, you can't have comfort. How many of you guys are seeing my continued trend? I always want to be comfortable, right? And it's not that I can't have comfort. I have a wonderfully comfortable home. And he's like, you can have comfort, but just not in this equation. And I said, well, I don't feel like I do well. I lose my balance. It frustrates me. He says, listen, let me give you a weight. So he gives me a weight, a pull that I normally use to actually do my arm workouts. He weights it down and he says, pull this backwards and now do the lunge with the weight, and that will help you stabilize. And also, I want you to put more of your weight in your heel and on the outside of your foot. Well, what he did was, we were able to think through it, and and we were able to understand it's not about you being comfortable, it's about getting the result. And then he put me through the paces. Let's go ahead and look at what's going on. I'm losing my balance. I'm getting frustrated. I already feel like I don't do this well, and I don't like not doing things well. So then we revised and made adjustments. He added a weight. He told me how to position, and he said, your shoulders are too far forward. You're not holding your stomach in. More weight in your heel and on the outside of your foot. Once we revised and made those adjustments, I didn't start loving lunges, but my performance started to be stronger. How many times are you moving through things and you're either moving through it with constant hatred, constant frustration, you're not doing it well, you're forcing yourself through it, or even worse, you stop doing it, and in lieu of revising, you just stop and you just say, I don't like it, it ain't comfortable, I don't want it, and you pull back. And so you miss out on a result that can be glorious for the success of you and for the success of those connected to you, for your now money now, and for your legacy money. You miss out on all of it because you're more committed to the comfort than you are to the conviction, the commitment, and the follow-through that's required to have it all. If you can't say amen, you might just want to say ouch. I mean, guys, I'm just telling you, I'm only teaching you out of my learning. You know, I am not a facilitator that comes from a place of perfection. Ain't nothing about me perfect, but I live a highly purposeful and self-aware life. And so I teach you out of that self-awareness. By the way, those of you that come to Unconference 2016, you're going to be able to meet my trainer in our super VIP lunch. He is former NFL player, Lenny Walls, played for the Broncos, played in the NFL for 10 years. He's an extraordinary leader, a phenomenal motivator, and he makes a difference for my life 4 days a week we're together. So next thing, let's talk about this. Bold money awareness. Do you have a current battle with procrastination? And if so, how does it show up for you? Number 2, what non-truths do you tell yourself that allow you to delay the new reality you desperately desire? What are you telling yourself that allows you to stay in a space of comfort? Are you saying you don't need it? Are you saying, oh, I'll be okay? You know, I think about when I first started in business and how many times I told myself it wasn't true, but I told myself I didn't need a personal assistant. I could handle it. I could handle my laundry. I could handle my packing. I could handle running the Staples. I could handle, you know, running over here. I could handle running over there. And many of you have heard the story that I decided to step out. Allie Brown did, I think, a free training, something like this. And she talked about hiring a personal assistant. And she said, when you step out on the skinny branch to pay someone, pay them well. And she said, stretch yourself and put clear expectations in place. And so I did. And I decided to pay my personal assistant $25 an hour and have her work for me 3 hours a day, 2 days a week. And so that was $150 a week. And I thought, oh my God, this is going to be such a big deal. But on one of the very first times that she came over, thank you, Tamika. I still love you to life. You're amazing. Tamika is now a worship and ministry leader. She's since retired out of the military. I mean, she's just amazing, a beautiful spirit. But she was my first personal assistant ever. And one of the first times I picked up the phone, I called, and guess what? I closed a deal for over $30,000 for a leadership contract. Now, what if I wouldn't have been willing to, number 1, overcome my procrastination of hiring, number 2, overcome my fear that I wasn't able to afford it, and number 3, step out to actually make it happen? I would have missed out on over $30,000 because I was trying to hold on to 150. What non-truths do you tell yourself that allow you to delay the new reality you desperately desire? Number 3, what is your affirmation for reclaiming your time? The reason that we must reclaim our time is because as we start reclaiming our time, we start to actually reclaim our money, and not just any kind of money, our bold money. I'm inviting you into bold money awareness. I say this all the time. I am not in the business of persuading people to think like me. Lord knows I have some wonky thoughts. Like, I think I don't like people to wear shoes in my home. Why? I think, okay, your shoes went in an airport, your shoes, walked in a restroom, you may have walked on urine. Now that urine got in my car, it got in my car, now it's in my house. Now, and I freak out. Like, I just freak out on germs. I don't hold anybody's cell phone because I feel like I don't know where you put that phone. I don't know where it is. People want to look at pictures on my phone. I hold my phone out to them. They go, oh, I can hold the phone. No, you can't. I don't know where your hands are. I have some really wonky thoughts. So I'm not asking you to think like me. I'm inviting you to think about what you think about. And it's so funny. Many of you have been getting calls from Dory, who is absolutely amazing. And she works here in our home office, and she was laughing at me so hard yesterday. She's like, oh my God, you are so funny the way you think. She's like, you are just so funny. And, sometimes it's really funny, and sometimes it's probably annoying for people. So that's okay, because it's how I think. So my invitation is not to think like me, but my invitation is that you think about what you think about, and then you think, do those thoughts work for you? All right, just a little insight into my germophobia. Guys, why do we want to seek awareness? Because when senseless inhibitions bias your decisions and lead to an internal pattern of unnecessary and painful restraints, it is time to excise your connection with personal procrastination. Cut it off. What does it mean to excise? Cut it off. When senseless inhibitions bias your decisions and lead to literally an inertial pattern of unnecessary and painful restraints, which means it's a cycle over and over and over and over again. It's clearly time you cut that off, and you cut off your agreement with personal procrastination. Let's go to truth.com right now. Truth.com tells us, which is a site I made up, by the way, so don't really log into it. But truth.com tells us that procrastination doesn't stop you. It's actually worse than that. Procrastination limits you. It limits you. So I want you to imagine that you're walking in your destiny, and you've got a 25, 35, 45, 55-pound tether on your ankle. And then you've got a 25, 35, 45, 55-pound tether, on your left arm. So you've got your right ankle with a heavy tether, and you've got your left arm with a heavy tether, and you're now walking with glory and victory into your destiny with these tethered weights, one on the left and one on the right. How quickly are you moving? Procrastination limits your velocity. It limits your speed. It limits your ability to move with fierceness. You become beige in the world versus being red hot, drawing attention, making people excited and exhilarated and wanting to be connected to you. And too many of you are stuck in procrastination, and so you start blending. Let's stop blending in this world. We are here to dominate, because dominating has a domino effect, that what we do now starts to influence our family. It starts to influence our community. It starts to influence our city. It starts to influence our region. It starts to influence our state. It starts to influence our world. Do you get it? So procrastination, it doesn't stop you. Worse, it limits you. Imagine you are going into your destiny. I'm going, da, 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 da. And then now you got the tethered weight on the left side, 25, 35, 55, 45, 55 pounds. I'm going. And then you got the tethered weight on your right ankle, 25, 35, 45, 55, I'm going. Like, how fast can you really go? What is it that's tethering you? Is it your thinking? Is it your activity? Is your not knowing what the blueprint is, what the steps are? Is it the wrong community? Is it your belief system? What is it that's limiting you and allowing you to be in a love affair with procrastination? And can you let it go? As we begin making greatness non-negotiable, we must push past where we've stopped before. And we've got to shift from limiting beliefs that have limited us in the past and create a tangible shift in our mindset, our behaviors, and our actions, and release any negative thought, feeling, or conversation that holds us back, and start saying yes and then yes again to bigger things in and for our lives. Making greatness non-negotiable means we've learned how to earn what we've earned already, and our net worth will never surpass our self-worth. 15% of our success is predicated upon our skill, our knowledge, our talent, our education. Do we have the know-how to do it and get it done? But 85% of our success is based on who we be and how generous we are with ourselves and our giftedness and our time and our emotional intelligence, so that we can surpass our net worth, because our self-worth has risen to the occasion and says, you deserve it. What is your relationship with acceleration and acceleration around profit? Listen to me when I say this to you. Beliefs influence how you view the world and filter out the bits of reality that doesn't fit into your belief system. Your beliefs allow you to become aware of the aspects of reality that are in harmony with them. Beliefs are powerful because they determine what experiences you have in your life. So you have to evaluate, because beliefs form because of the facts that you encounter relating to some experience. If you have a negative experience and you dwell on it, you would then start attracting more similar experiences that would reaffirm your rightness about the situation. So if you say, I could never make money, I could never lose weight, I could never be married, men are this way, women are this way, you're only going to attract things that affirm your right, because that's what we need as humans. That's what drives us. We're highly connected to being right. So what is your next best step? I mean, I'm in it with you guys today. I want us to be fearless in this pursuit of not only what sets our souls on fire, but also what lights up our bottom lines in our relationships, our bottom lines in our spirituality and in our health and in our wellness. And what lights us up in those areas will reflect in our bank accounts. It just will. So what is your next best step? Well, a lot of you are leaders on. You're authors, your speakers, your coaches, your salon owners, your spa owners, your retailers, your event planners, interior designers, business consultants, image consultants, energy healers, sales experts, attorneys, copywriters, real estate professionals, financial service professionals, network marketers, all areas and walks of life. And you want your bold money. If you do, I'm going to show you how during today's challenge, but I want you to post in the group right now, I want my bold money, hashtag bold money 16. Now, again, I see hundreds and hundreds of you that are live with us, and I see maybe now about 50 viewers that are actually posting inside of our Money Mover chat. Let me invite you. You want maximum value, fully participate. Let me invite you. How you show up in training is how you show up in your reality. Man movers, lots of men on, but why aren't you posting? Jump in, guys. My encouragement is to inspire you. It's not to shame you. Just jump in and play with us. Why do we have chat rooms like this? Why do we have groups like this? So that you can build a sense of community and you can understand you don't have to hide in your learning. All right, day 4. Day 4 of our Bold Money Challenge. Here we go, guys. For those of you that have never created a price for what you offer, you're going to create a price. For those of you that haven't raised your prices, you're going to raise your price, or you're going to raise your game. Let me give you an example. If I've never created a price for a service that I offer. I've only been doing it for free or gifting it. Now, today, you're going to actually create a price around it. Number one. For those of you that you have a price, we're going to actually raise prices today. Allyson, how am I going to do it? How am I going to know what it is? You better start getting on the encyclopedia of our time called google.com and start researching and start seeing what could you potentially raise your price to? What are other people in your industry charging? What if I'm in real estate? I can't technically raise my price. Or what if I am a financial advisor? I can't technically raise my price. What if I'm in network marketing? I can't technically raise my price. Well, you can raise your game. So if you're in real estate and you sell $100,000 home, what if you went and got a $500,000 listing? If you're a financial planner and you can't technically raise your price, what if now you set up, okay, I'm going to have a happy hour. I'm going to invite my current clients and I'm going to ask them to bring a referral with them. And I'm actually going to raise my game because I'm going to ask my clients, bring a referral and actually do the work of recruiting new clients for me. We asked 5 people, random strangers, for $1. Day 2, we gave. And why did we give? We gave because we learned the art of paying it forward. Day 3, yesterday, we invested in ourselves because we understand that we invest in ourselves at the level in which we expect a result and a return. We are now on day 4. We are in the business of bold money. Create a price, raise your price, or raise your game. Today is a combination of outer game plus inner game. Day 1 through 3 was only your inner game. It was only around your mindset and your thinking. Now we're in the outer game of actually bringing in profitability for your business. I don't necessarily need you to sell it today, but what I do need for you to do is I do need for you to make a statement to the world. I need you to write a newsletter. I need you to write a blog. I need you to post on social media with a tactful share on raising your prices. An example would be like this. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited that today I went out and secured a listing for a $500,000 home. And let me share with you what those pictures look like. This is my first time ever selling a $500,000 home. And if any of you know anyone that needs a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, whatever that home may be, please give me a referral. I grow my business this way. A tactful share would be like, hey, I'm a coach and I've been working with phenomenal leaders to do A, B, and C. I'm excited to announce that I have a brand new program. This brand new program is only $9.97 because maybe you've been charging $4.97. And I'm enrolling now 5 leaders into this program over the next 14 days. What would a tactful share look like? Putting a newsletter out there. There are many ways to do it. But this is about raising your game, and this is about putting yourself out there in a way that's meaningful and that invites wild, succulent, beautiful prosperity into your life. Pay attention to your emotions, your internal dialogue, and even your desire to protect yourself. Like, well, I don't want to tell people this, or I don't want to show this, or I don't want to. Listen, stop with the I don't want us. Release your commitment to that and step into the I am committed to. And remember, this is our time where we overcome convenience and we step into conviction and we step into our greater commitments. Video journal your experience on Facebook Live, on Periscope, on Instagram, and share what's showing up for you as a leader, both personally and professionally. When you can identify what robs you internally from creating wealth and building a bridge from where you are financially to where you desire to be, You're 85% of the way there. Remember this, that your willingness to be more is wrapped in your awareness and the acceptance of what you see as you go through these challenges. So we don't run from these challenges. We linger, and we linger inside of our experiences and inside of our growth. As we start to understand more of what we believe about our identity and who we are, what we believe about our meaning and our contribution to the world, and what we believe about our cause, why we exist. Those are the things that guide us and that guide us around if we'll really make this happen. I want you to say 3 things to yourself. It's possible, I'm capable, and I'm worth it. Post that in the group right now. Use the hashtag BoldMoney16. It's possible, I'm capable, and I'm worth it. It's possible, I'm capable, and I'm worth it. Hang on one second for me, guys. I hear my little girl, my little fur baby, fussing at me. Let me go grab her 1 second. So while you're posting, it's possible, I'm capable, and I'm worth it, hashtag BoldMoney16, I'm going to go solve my little fur baby's problem. Hang on, guys. All right, thanks for that, Grace, guys. I heard her. I heard her fussing, and I'm thinking, what in the world is going on? It's a little bit too much activity going on in the house. It's spring cleaning day, so we have the landscaper and the housekeeper and the assistant packing things away, and Dory's coming in to make calls to each and every one of you. I think a lot of you have been receiving calls from our team, from Leveda, from Alex, from Dory, and so hopefully you're answering the phone when you're seeing that San Antonio area code come up. We love you guys so much, and we want to make sure you know exactly what we've got going on, and you're getting personal invitations from me. All right, so what is your next best step? Remember this, revenue blind spots hide in 6 primary areas: uncollected cash and untracked expenses, exhaustive sales processes, lack of automation, no selling system, no clear selling plan, and a product roadmap that is undefined. Well, revenue blind spots also hide in our smallness, over talking, defensiveness, fear of rejection, uncertainty, and a lack of boldness, which is why this challenge is so valuable for many of you. Blind spots are deadly to your business, and when you don't know what you don't know, you set yourself up for failure you cannot plan for, nor can you create wiggle room for the rebound and the contingency. So one of the reasons why I do my live trainings here in San Antonio, and we start all of our live trainings early in the morning and we go all the way through the evening, is because I want you saturated in understanding things that you may not even know that you didn't know. You had no idea that you were not aware of X. You had no idea that you didn't know that scripting would add so much value, and that there's so much freedom inside of structure, and that, you know, your next best move could look like ABC 1, 2, 3. You didn't know what you didn't know. And so my responsibility as a facilitator is to ensure that we have not only virtual platforms for you, but also that we have live trainings that take you away from a convention style of learning and maybe even staring at a PowerPoint all day, but put you in the interaction and the activity of growth and possibility. Here's the good news that I want you to know is that failure is never final. Failure is feedback, and feedback is the breakfast of champions. When we fail, we don't die. We find the next level of our rise. Number one revenue blind spot that I experience, I've said it every day, and I'm even going to say it tomorrow on day 5, is that activity is too low. And the reason that activity is too low in business and by business leaders is because they're not bold about their money. And so I want you to post in the group one last time for today. I want my bold money. Hashtag bold money 16. I want my bold money. Hashtag bold money 16. I want you to post that in the group right now. Now, I'm inviting you guys to take this learning with me that we've been in together, the energy that we've had over the past 5 days, or 4 days, it'll be 5 tomorrow. And I'm inviting you to come into San Antonio, Texas, where I live, home of the Spurs. I know we're not in the finals, but that's okay. Home of the Spurs. And come be with us in San Antonio, Texas, July 29th and 30th. Super VIP begins on July 28th. I want you in San Antonio, and I want you growing with me, because get this, I want you taking this learning to another level. And I want you to imagine, what would life be like if you moved from having 5 days of saturation in this, then you had 2.5 days saturated in Unconference 2016, 50 days later, and then in 90 days, you're coming back. Either we're doing some type of mastermind in San Antonio or in Dallas or in DC or something, and you're a part of that, or you're on the phone with us, you're learning with us, you're growing with us. How would life look different if you had some of the biggest and greatest influences perpetually in your ear, inviting you into an extraordinary possibility to and for your life? How would life be different? I want you to imagine that you have the clients you desire, you have the schedule that you want, you have the money that you know you deserve to earn, you have the systems and the formula to make it happen. You've simplified it, because up until now, it's been way too overcomplicated. You know how to attract clients. You've learned how to digitally leverage. You understand what it means to graduate from a rinse and repeat to an evergreen sequence. You know what it's like to build a go-to-market strategy, and you understand what it's like to build a successful social media platform. You're comfortable being seen and being heard so that you can leverage that to being paid. You're strong in your influence and your impact in the world, and because of the level of revenue that you're creating, you can do greater good in the world. I want you to just imagine that life really can be that for you. When I started my business on 2 things: ambition and air, and they were not enough to sustain me. My invitation to you is that you join us live in San Antonio, July 29th and 30th, and you spend 2 full days completely saturated from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. every single day. When you go to unconference2016.com, you see 3 different options. And so the spaces are open at unconference2016.com. You see 3 different spaces. You see a super VIP. And if you choose to do super VIP with us, you start out actually on the 28th. You want to fly in early, because a bus will pick up all of super VIP at 3:15 and drive you over to my home. We're having a private mastermind in my home. We'll have dinner here together. We'll have a blast together. We've gotten permission from the neighborhood to have a food truck here. We're going to have a food truck. We're going to have an adult moon bounce. We're going to have 2 hours of adulting fun, and then we're going to go into an and then we're going to go into a business mastermind after that. And so we're going to spend 4 incredible hours together. Then from there, those of you that have registered as VIP, super VIP will meet you downtown San Antonio, and you're going to have an after party there. It's an after party for super VIP. It's a pre-party for VIP. And so you're going to be there. You're going to have a great time being hosted by my team, Asa Laveau, Antonio Harper, Vasavi Kumar, Dimitra Cardenas. I mean, it's just going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to have a phenomenal time because I want you to understand that Unconference is not about staring at a screen and getting death by PowerPoint. It's about interaction and engagement. You're going to break through boards. You're going to put arrows at your throat. You're going to learn how to use your voice and overcome. You're going to walk away being a man with a plan. You're going to walk away being a woman with power and unlimited possibility. You're going to be a culture of people that believe in unlimited income, that are no longer tethered to your past or held hostage by what happened to you. You're going to be people that say, I can not only predict my future, I create my future. Miracles rise to meet me daily, and I set myself up to win and win massively. Not only am I serving the masses, but I'm magnetizing the masses for myself. On Thursday, for those of you that register VIP, you will have a mixer at 8 p.m. I think we're actually shifting that to 9, so I need to change that on this slide, but I think we're actually changing that. I think it is changed to 9 to 11 on July the 28th, the Money Mover Mixer, because Super VIP will be with me from 4 to 9, and then from 9 to 11, we'll have the Money Mover Mixer, so Super VIP won't miss being able to be with everyone. We want to make sure it's a big family reunion. How many people have you met virtually and you've never met them face to face? You've never built a real community. You've never built a real community of accountability driven, powerful, prolific leaders who are doing things they've never done before so that they could have results that they both desire and they deserve. Here's a sneak peek at a few of my training topics. Netflix money, how entrepreneurs master content marketing, paid traffic, and social media for unlimited and on-demand income. I want to teach you what it looks like for you to have that money that just comes, they call it mailbox money, just hits your mailbox over and over and over and over and over again. Why is it difficult to be an attorney? Why is it difficult to be a wealth strategist? Why is it difficult to build to build a salon practice? Why is it difficult? All of those kinds of careers, how we've grown up, teach us to trade labor for dollars, labor for dollars. What we're teaching is how you leverage being paid more for what you know than for what you do. I'm going to teach you profit hacking using stages and live events and platforms to build your 7-figure empire. You're going to walk through the step-by-step process to be able to make that happen for yourself. How do you make 7 figures? Well, you start by making 4. You take 4 to make 5. You take 5 to master 6, and you take 6 figures and you do it again and again and again to the tune of $1 million. So you do $100,000, or you take it this way. $10,000 gets you to $100,000. $100,000 gets you to $1 million. How do you start profit hacking? You start understanding how to build profit for yourself, being paid more for what you know than for what you do. I'm inviting you into a new possibility. We close out Unconference 2016 with an extraordinary rooftop white party, so make sure you go buy your white now. Everybody's wearing white. So we're going to have so much fun. It's going to be amazing because entrepreneurship is designed to be fun. 9 a.m. we start, 2 a.m. we're done. You go rest, 9 a.m. we start the next day, 2 a.m. we stop, you go rest, and then we have something that we're adding on Sunday before everybody flies out. It's going to be early enough for you before you fly out, so I'll drop that surprise for you guys tomorrow, but we've added something on Sunday morning that's just going to be an epic bonus for you guys. Listen, Super VIP you get to be a part of Unconference U, which is our pre-conference mini-series with our Money Mover Master Coaches. We are starting the training for you now. You're getting week over week over week training. Imagine this kind of bold money challenge training, but you're getting it week over week in preparation for Unconference, so that when you come, you're already coming with wins under your belt. Our highest and greatest commitment is to serve you not only into a possibility that you didn't know could exist, but a reality that you're excited about. If you want to create your destiny using the business you've selected as your financial vehicle, I challenge you to attend Unconference 2016. Don't let anything stop you. We are just under 50 days away. 50 days away. Our hotel block is opening in a few days. We know we're going to sell out of our hotel rooms. We know we're going to sell out of our super VIP. I'm just telling you guys, the minute that you go secure your seat, www.unconference2016.com, unconference2016.com, unconference2016.com. Go there. The minute that you secure that, I want you to tag me in a post, and I want you to let me know, Allyson, I'll see you in July. Allyson, I'll see you in July, if that's for you. If that's for you. So jump in, unconference2016.com. I believe in a group of folks that absolutely want it all. Look at the left-hand side of this. Do you see that it's blank? Because I think your story could be here, and I think your photo could be here. I think this could be a testimony. I attended July 2016, and by April 2017, I generated nearly $79,643 in one revenue stream for my business. Could that be your reality? I'm just asking. Why are we doing a bold money challenge? Because I really wanted to do this as a prelude to Unconference, because I said, I don't want to just sell tickets to a conference and we have people that come and they don't even know what to expect. They don't even know that their lives could be different. I want that room so full and so ripe and so power driven with expectation. And so we're setting you guys up, starting you now with bold money challenge. My invitation to you, your super VIP seat is valued at over $4,583 because it includes the mastermind with me. It includes all of your lunches. It includes your dinner on Friday night. It includes your VIP experiences with all of our leaders. It includes your Unconference University. It includes your swag bag, your water bottle, your binder when you come. It includes all of those things. And so you get it for a 2016 enrollment at only $499. I don't even know what to say when I put that out there. I'm like, I always think to myself, are we seriously doing our super VIP? If you have not gone to unconference2016.com and looked at the whole list that comes with super VIP, you definitely want to make sure that you do. You definitely want to make sure that you do. So 2016 super VIP, $499. And then if you want to enroll as VIP, 2016 VIP is $199. So welcome to those of you that have said yes. And to those of you that are still straddling the fence on that, we'll ship you some lotion for your chafing. But we'd love for you to choose and to come play with us in San Antonio. I realize that it's a commitment of time. I realize that it's a commitment of money. I realize it's a commitment of resources. And so I respect your choosing for those of you that come. Officially open unconference2016.com. Listen, tomorrow we are completing our Bold Money Challenge. This is bigger. This is greater than anything we ever could have imagined. What I want you to know, like you know, like you know, like you know is how necessary you are for our world. How necessary you are for our world. And the reason that we do challenges like this is because you are so necessary, and you must experience the necessity of you, and then take that experience from internal to external and change the world. The world is excited about you. The world is ready for you. Get out of your bed, get out of your offices, get out of your cars, get out of your city, get out of your mundane reality, get out of any type of mediocre living or small thinking or safe space that you have in your life, and step into the skinny branch so that you can create the reality that you desire, that you deserve, and that's so ultimately necessary. Let's continue to be amazing. Let's continue to transform the world. Let's continue to be money movers who do good, who live well, and who believe in the power of bold money. Have an extraordinary day. I'll see you at Unconference2016.com.